to help digest their food. Oh, so that's how you do it. Yeah. And then Gennaro and Sattler, they stayed behind with the Stegosaur and got a ride back to base with Dr. Harding, the vet. And then, what was it? It was actually, after the T-Rex attacked the people in the tour cars, now Gennaro went back with Robert Muldoon to find out what happened, to pick up the kids and the adults, only to find out, oh my god, everything's a wreck. Oh, there's so many cool scenes, man. And then when they find out that Rex is out, it's like Robert Muldoon's like, "Hey, Gennaro, you like to live dangerously?" And he's like, "Oh, I guess so." So they go out and they hunt the T-Rex and around the park, who's chasing Alan and the kids. And then they go back, and then they find out, oh my god, the power's been out for 5 hours, the animals are all out, oh no! So Robert looks over at the Gennaro and is like, you like to live dangerously again? And Gennaro's like, no! And Robert's like, well then go with no visitors, go with their bloody blood, How well is extremely well. Oh my god, he's an A+ student! Yay! Guess what, boy? What? You're gonna be washing your hands! Mommy, look! I wrote a book report on all the differences between Jurassic Park the movie and Jurassic Park the novel! That's very nice, son. That's very nice. Nope, you put the homework down here. Guess what you're gonna be doing? Washing your hands! Oh. And Gennaro's like, oh no! And Robert Muldoon's like, well fine, go with the others to the lodge where it's safe. And then, as Robert Muldoon's getting the super effective weapons ready to go to kill the raptors, Gennaro shows up. He's like, I thought you didn't want to live dangerous. He's like, yeah, but you're gonna need help anyway. He's like, okay, we'll grab the shells and this, that, the other. We're gonna take out some raptors. He's like, okay. And they find the raptors, and John Arnold's over there trying to turn on the power, but he's surrounded by the raptors, and Robert Muldoon's all like, oh no, pack animals, oh my god, they're sending shivers up and down my spine. Okay, we're gonna shoot, but boom, there goes a raptor, kablah! And then, next thing you know, they're like, oh my god, they're killing us! And the raptor's like, Arr! And Robert Muldoon's like, hurry, give me the next shell! And Gennaro's all panicking, he's like, oh! And then the raptor gets over there, and Robert Muldoon's like, ow! And Gennaro's like, oh no, I'm gonna run away! And he runs away. And Robert Muldoon's like, no, you jerk! You left me behind with the velociraptors! And then Gennaro runs off somewhere, I don't remember where. It didn't exactly say where. But then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna help turn on the power. Wish me luck. So it goes into the power generator because the power hadn't come back on, and John Arnold, who was played by Samuel Jackson in the movie, just so that we know who I'm talking about. The power didn't come back on, so Gennaro he enters the shed, and he's like, oh my god, it's dark. So he throws open the door, finding it like kind of tripped over a shoe, which I'll get back to that later. And he's like, huh? And so he props the door open so he can actually see into the shed, because without the power there's no lights on. It's rather dark in there. He goes down, and he's like, huh, what's going on here? And then he gets ambushed by a raptor from above. He jumps down. And Gennaro, he's a really buff dude, not some weak. He's actually a buff kind of guy, which is kind of... I'm pretty sure that it's not anything against lawyers or anything. Like, oh no, lawyers are weak, cowardly people. Blah, blah, blah. No. And the book, he's a buff dude. So he throws the velociraptor off his back, and he's like, oh crap, where'd the velociraptor go? Because it's really dark. And then the raptor comes up behind him and bites him in the hand, and he's like, no! And then, next thing you know, I don't remember what happened then. But, Dr. Grant eventually finds Gennaro in a truck just outside in the darkness, and the compies are there. They're like staring at him, like, ooh, we're gonna eat you, man, because you're wounded. Go ahead and go to sleep there, Uma. Alright. After that, you're going to do your homework. Actually, you're going to talk to your dad. And then Gennaro and Grant, they go into the visitor center to try and restore the power. Only to find out there's raptors there chasing down the kids. And so Grant's like, oh, Gennaro, take the kids to the control room. I'll lure the raptors away. And then blah-de-blah and stuff happens. And the next thing you know, Gennaro's like, oh my god, this island is too dangerous. We're just going to bomb the island and kill all the dinosaurs. And Grant's like, no, we're not going to do that. We got to make sure that all the animals are accounted for and that none have escaped the island first. And from there, it's just a matter of going to find out where the dinosaur nests are. It was kind of like a very minor throwaway line in the movie. Blah, 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 blah. Help. Komei is interacting this time. So he goes down with Ellie and Robert Muldoon. Yes, Robert Muldoon. Muldoon didn't get killed by the raptors in the book like he did in the movie. We'll bet on Robert Muldoon in a second here. And Dr. Grant, Robert Muldoon, and Ellie Sattler find the raptor nest. He's like, I don't want to go down there. And Robert Muldoon's like, I'm going to tase you with a cattle prod if you don't go down there. He's like, oh, you wouldn't do that. Oh, I'll go down anyways. And next thing you know, they're being airlifted off the island. And they're stuck in Costa Rica while the Costa Rican government tries to make sure that there are no dinosaurs on the loose. And that's John Gennaro's story. Robert Muldoon, yeah, he shows up like towards the middle of the book when they in their control room, and he's all getting nervous. And, I mean, he used to be like this big game park man. He was like, this is how you should set up your zoo so the animals congregate and are flowing correctly. And then he got hired by John Hammond to go to Jurassic Park and monitor the dinosaurs, keep an eye on them. And then it was like, man, we got some very dangerous dinosaurs out here. You know what? We need some weapons, man, in case these dinos get loose. And the company's like, oh, you can't kill our dinosaurs. They cost too much money to make. And Robert Muldoon's like, well, if you don't give me some weapons, I'm gonna take my story to the press. I'm gonna tell them everything about Jurassic Park. Okay, fine. Here, have some weapons. And what happened was he got like a rocket launcher or something like that. I don't remember. Super strong tranquilizers. Play some red hands. Play red hands. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then go to bed. Excuse me.